Can your skincare products really screw with your hormones? Yes, and today we'll talk about the ingredients that are particularly harmful to your hormones, and then also give you tips at the end on choosing better ingredients, some resources for good ingredients, and even some examples of some brands that are more friendly to your hormones. So stay tuned. Did you know that the average woman puts 12 to 16 products on her skin before she leaves the house in the morning? The average man puts about 4 to 6 products. The average woman, altogether, those products could be about 165 individual unique ingredients, and for the man, it could be about 85 unique ingredients. So when those things could all add up and then cause harm to your hormones. So today we're going to talk about xenoestrogens in particular and ingredients in your skincare products that could be harming your hormones, not only estrogen, but could be harming men and their testosterone too. So stay tuned. At the end, we'll talk about tips and resources. So watch it all the way through the end and you'll find out ways to choose healthier skincare products for your hormones. I'm Dr. Shelley Meyer. I'm a family medicine doc, functional medicine doctor, registered dietitian, and nutritionist. And on my channel, we talk about gut health, hormone health, and gene health, and how they can all come together to support you and to help you thrive again. I am recording at home today, so if you hear kids fighting or dogs barking, sorry about that. Hope you understand. It's just the chaos that is the summertime at my house. So today we're going to jump into skincare products and xenoestrogens in particular. If you haven't subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. Give us a like if you like this video at the end, and share it with others who you think might be interested in learning more about their gut and hormone and gene health. And don't forget to hit the bell notification to be notified when we post videos every Thursday. So I talked about the average woman having so many products before she leaves the house, and then the average man having a few also, and that could add up to a lot of different individual ingredients. So the main thing we're focusing on first here today are xenoestrogens. Xenoestrogens are kind of what it sounds like in their name. They are ingredients that can be in skincare products that can affect your estrogen. They can bind to your estrogen receptors and act like estrogens, and therefore cause you to be more in like an estrogen dominant state. And I'm going to put up in the corner a suggested video where I talk about estrogen dominance so you can learn more about that. But when you have estrogen dominance, that can screw up all your other hormones and possibly contribute to breast cancer or other estrogen predominant cancers. And xenoestrogens have been found also to reduce testosterone and sperm production in men. So it is important for both sexes to pay attention to what is in their skincare products. The Cosmetic Ingredient Review Board that reviews the ingredients in your skincare and cosmetics, they do review the ingredients, but they don't consider the cumulative effect. They only consider one ingredient at a time. So you have to think about if there's that many different ingredients, 85 to, 166 or 165, those can add up, particularly if there's xenoestrogens in each and every one of them. And you'd be surprised how many products have the xenoestrogens in them. So what are xenoestrogens? I talked about what they are, but what are the actual ingredients we want to watch out for? So one of them is parabens. The European Union has banned several ingredients, including parabens and phthalates and other harmful ingredients, while the U.S. has not technically banned them from cosmetics. The phthalates are banned, I think, from cooking products, cooking equipment, and some other ingredients that we put on our skin, but not necessarily from cosmetics. And then parabens aren't banned in the U.S. So when you look at parabens, look at your labels and look for isobutyl paraben, isopropyl paraben, propyl or butyl paraben just by themselves. They can be found in cleansers, moisturizers, shampoos, deodorant, makeup. So all those things that you might be applying in the morning before you leave for your day. So read your labels and make sure you're looking for anything with the word paraben in them, because that is a xenoestrogen. The other big xenoestrogen I mentioned was phthalates. So it's phalates. Now I'm going to have to look down at my list again to tell you how that can be found or what to watch out for. It's a plasticizer. Like I said, banned in the EU, still in some of our cosmetics and skincare products here. It's in color cosmetics. So nail polish, think of that, or anything brightly pigmented or colored, fakely colored. Also found in fragrance. So if you see just fragrance and doesn't tell you what the fragrance is, that could have phthalates in there. So you do want to avoid things that just say fragrance. They can also cause dermatitis or skin irritation. So that's another reason to avoid them. So you want to look out for anything that says phthalate or DEP, DBP, DEH, or like I said, fragrance. The third one that's a xenoestrogen is paraffins, and those are petroleum-like emollient kind of moisturizing agents. So they can be found in lip products, emollient kind of moisturizing products, baby care products, believe it or not. So we do really want to watch out for our baby care products. And I'm sure a lot of you that are new parents do this, but you do want to be mindful of what you're watching out for. So these can be xenoestrogens, and they can be very dehydrating to the skin. So you do want to watch out for anything that says paraffin or petroleum in it. And then the final one is just a reminder about anything that's just fragrance. So staying away from anything that is just labeled as fragrance. So some other products or some other ingredients that could be damaging to your skin, but not necessarily xenoestrogens, are formaldehyde. Of course, most of us would look at a label and say, I don't want formaldehyde on my skin, but it is clearly out there in some lash glue. People use the fake lashes and use the glue. It's in there, but it's also under other names. It's used as a preservative. So tosilamide, formaldehyde resin, DMPM or DMDM, hydantoin, imidazolil urea. I will spell these out and have them in the text on the side. Diazolil, totally butchering this, urea, quaternium 15, bronopile 15, bromo 5 nitrile, and 3-doxine. Or bromo 5 nitrile 3-doxine. So those sound kind of scary, but even some ingredients that sound kind of scary can actually be from natural ingredients. So you do want to just pay attention to what you're looking out for. So the reason we're watching out for formaldehyde is because it's an irritant and because it can be a cancer risk, building up over time. So those are the main things to watch out for. Now there's some talk about sulfites and SLS, and yes, those can cause dermatitis and be irritating. Not as well known to be xenoestrogens and mess with your hormones as much though. Resources for all of this. So if you're trying to figure this out, it's really hard to figure out on your own. So you can look out for those ingredients, but you can also use the Environmental Working Group has the EWG Skin Deep site, where you can scan products and see how they're rated. And I'm going to include some screenshots here on that. And then also there's an app called Think Dirty, and you can scan the products that you have at home in your cabinets, your beauty, your sink, your bathroom, and see if any of them have those ingredients that we're watching out for and see their overall rating. So as promised, at the end, I said I would talk about some healthy examples of things we can put on our skin and feel good about. Oh, one other thing I was going to say is 1 in 12 products for African American women are rated highly hazardous. So some of those products you really want to be cautious about and pay attention to, because it can be harder to find those, and that's where the EWG and the Think Dirty, it can be harder to find clean versions of what you would need. Because of all the emollient agents and everything that are used. So definitely look at those resources if you're buying those kind of products. And let's talk about individual products and some good sources or good healthy products you can choose. So there's a brand called Just the Goods, and across the board in all these categories I'm going to talk about today, like cleansers, moisturizers, tooth care product. Well, they're not necessarily in tooth care products, but deodorant and shave products. Just the Goods is a really great line, really great brand, and you can find them online. And very simple, vegan, cruelty-free, and xenoestrogen, paraben, phthalate, all that free. Also, Beauty Counter. They are I think like almost like an Avon, but cleaner product line that you can get through representatives and get online. And they have makeup and moisturizer and cleanser. So in the cleanser category, also there's a brand you can get at Target. And an example of that line, I called it Every Day. I think it's Every One. You can get it. I get it at Target. This is the one that has the fragrance in there. Not artificial fragrance, but it has lavender in there. And some dermatologists do think that lavender can be irritating to the skin. I haven't had a problem with it. But the one that's rated the cleanest in EWG and Think Dirty is this brand. I mean, not the cleanest overall, but the cleanest out of this brand's options is the one that doesn't have any scent in it. And you can get that still at Target, probably at Whole Foods, I think, too, Sprouts, Natural Grocers, whatever you guys have in your community, and online and Amazon. And I'll put some affiliate links down there if you wanted to just do it that way. There's no extra charge for that. It's just an affiliate link. Another thing I get for a cleanser at Target or any of those other stores I mentioned is this Dr. Bonner's hemp Pure Castile soap. Great for babies. I use it when I travel, and I use it every night at home actually too, as a cleanser for my face, and you can use it as a shampoo and a body wash and all that. So it's great for travel, camping, all those kind of things. And then it's just very simple and not scented, and it doesn't have any of those harmful ingredients that we talked about. Let me just see. I mean, I know it doesn't have them in there, but I was just trying to see if it had anything confusing in there. No, it doesn't have any foaming agents. So it's a great product. So then with moisturizers, Just the Goods also makes a really good moisturizer. Beauty Counter makes a good clean moisturizer. A brand called Attitude makes a good moisturizer. And then that Everyone brand, unscented, they also make a moisturizer. And that's pretty affordable. For toothpaste, you do want to look at your toothpaste. That's going straight in your mouth. I mean, you got to be the most careful with that. So there's a brand called Happy Tooth, which is very clean. Tom's of Maine. I know they were bought out, I think, by a big company, but they're still keeping it clean, cruelty-free, all of that. David's is another brand. David's Natural, it's called. And then Jason. And I know you can get most of those brands I mentioned, except for maybe Happy Tooth, at most of your local health food stores or online, Amazon, any of those big retail stores. And then deodorant. So deodorant you want to be careful with too, especially with aluminum, which can be linked to Alzheimer's or cancer risk. And not necessarily xenoestrogen, but looking for clean deodorants is a great idea because that is going right there on where your sweat is, where your glands are coming out. One called Purely Great. And then there's also Tom's of Maine makes a good one. Alba I have here is a good one. Again, I like the lavender scent. It doesn't bother me, but it could be irritating, but they have an unscented one too. And it's called Alba Botanicals. I think somebody bought them out recently too, but still good ingredients. They haven't changed their line. And then another one called All Good is a good option. And then for like shave cream or shave bars, you could use Soap for Goodness is one that's highly recommended on EWG. Be Green, Badger. I don't have an example of that one, but I use the Badger like sleep balm. They make a really good sleep balm. And that's readily available at any of the online retail things I mentioned or any of the health food stores that might be local. And then Garden of Eve is another one that makes a good deodorant. So there's some clean ingredients you can start using now and kind of clear out the ones that might be messing with your hormones. So thanks for watching today. Share this video with a friend or family member who you think might benefit from it. Please subscribe if you like the video and you like what we talk about here, gut hormone and gene health. Like the video, please, if you liked it. Comment below. I'd love to hear your comments and I will respond. And I'd love for you to tell me what you'd like to see next. And then if you would like to work with a functional medicine doctor, I recommend going to the IFM website, or my team can work with you remotely or in person in Colorado. So thanks for joining us today, and we'll see you next Thursday.